And now I come back to the English version because it was in English what I was experiencing when I was putting the cream, because I saw this guy that I haven't seen for 2 years, and we have some kind of good connection in some dimensions, but he's so not narrow-minded, like evil. And today I was feeling more and more and more and more. But the examples that I wanted to remember that I was feeling, it was, for instance, he called people with tattoos cheap. So you are tagging in a very negative way, and a very amplitude kind of different people, which is the most ridiculous thing I can, and you feel superior. So it is so horrible. And then I observed many things of his behavior. Yeah, he's always hugging me and very sweet with me. But the things that the way he talks, the way he expresses, and when he was saying about this cheap tattoo thing, it was, then I connect that there was a woman, the first woman I ever met here, she was with some tattoos and she was a writer, and she was talking to me and blah blah blah, and then he said, she is a cheap woman, because I told him what an amazing experience I had, and then it was part of a book, and everything was very magical, but nothing really expressed in that book. That's what I felt. I felt like it's like a very ordinary diary, ordinary, not vulgar, just like ordinary diary, in which you comment from the physical perspective with some maybe cool words on how cool you are because you are transcending this kind of sexual behavior, and that's it. But all the magic, yeah, she comments on some of the name Jesus and this and that, that she didn't talk about 90% of the transcendental things that were happening. Not only that time, but on the second time. And then it's fully disappeared. It doesn't matter, because the story is not about that. The story is that I had all these good, amazing connections to share, and he said, yeah, it's a cheap woman because of the tattoos and blah, blah, blah. And one day, I am in the dunes, in what I call solarium, and there was a woman speaking, learning Spanish, and full of tattoos. And then you speak Spanish? And I said, in Spanish. I think I was speaking Spanish. I don't know. Yeah, we spoke in Spanish. She said, no, I'm learning, blah, 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 blah. And then she spoke a little bit in English, and we were speaking in English. No, in Spanish, English, yeah, and she told me that she was German. But so then I went to my place, and this guy, he saw that she was German. Well, I told her, no, I know, yes, I told him, oh yes, I've been speaking with a woman, blah, 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 blah. And he said, oh no, she's not German. I said, yeah, she's German. What? And she started speaking to her in German and screaming at her like, fuck off, why didn't you speak to me in German? Well, maybe because she didn't want to speak with you, right? And he felt offended, probably even more because she had tattoos. So even somebody that you consider cheap was not paying attention in you, and you got so aggressive. So today, when I was putting my cream and I saw him, I didn't see him for more than 2 years, and I got all my things and ran away because I didn't want to connect with him until I am aware of this. And I was aware of this, and now I'm sharing it. So that's the way of being aware of that. So the previous video was in Spanish. This is with simpler words, just with the feelings, saying the same thing in English, because I was feeling all these conversations, all of them were in English.